KNOWLER Last updated 12:49, May 24, 2018. Hurricanes wing Ben Lam has been good enough to score 14 tries in Super Rugby, but was still unable to crack the All Blacks. Opinion: the All Blacks selectors have exited stage left, having revealed who will play France next month, so Super Rugby is once again the main act and all signs point to a ME stadium in Christchurch. That's where the defending champions, the Crusaders, are rolling out the post-match sushi and chicken nibbles for the Hurricanes on Friday night. Not before both teams have scrapped each other like a couple of feisty hillbillies at a beer festival, that is. With just 5 rounds remaining, this result could determine who wins the NC Conference. Maybe, even, the minor premiership. It's going to be well worth a look. Point 1 is getting stranded between Ben Lam and the try line ever a good idea? Nah, not really. At times tacklers trapped between Lam and the white stripe must feel like they are tied to a dinghy that is bobbing helplessly between a supertanker and a concrete pier. The fact the mighty Hurricanes wing wasn't wanted by the All Black selectors certainly adds more flavor to the contest against the Crusaders. Lam hasn't bagged 14 tries in 10 games, just 1 try short of equaling the record set by nibbles last year, because he has perfected the basic catch swerve dive execution. This chap has lots of ammo to expend, but most importantly is on a massive confidence high. And when you are a finisher, that really means something. You can bet the Crusaders have pored over footage of Lam's deeds and discussed which defensive strategy works best to negate his prowess. And they won't need to be reminded of the folly of giving too much space to the other blokes in the backline. You may have heard of them: Nihi Milner Scudder, Julian Sevilla, Jordy Barrett, nibbles Beauden Barrett. They go all right, don't they? The Highlanders will be without David Nabora for their match against the Reds, after he was red-carded against the Waratahs last weekend. Too are the Waratahs set to resurrect their season. Steady on, there. By all means slap a gold star on the Waratahs report card, because that 41-12 win over the Highlanders last weekend finally put an end to the Aussies' long losing streak against their New Zealand foes. Most Kiwis can appreciate some good code when they see it, even if the Highlanders were reduced to 14 men because of David Nabora's kung fu kick into Cam Clark's face. But let's keep this in perspective: the Waratahs still have some work to do. We will know more about them after they meet the Chiefs in Hamilton on Saturday night. If the men from Sydney keep plugging away, they could host a quarterfinal in July, probably against a New Zealand team. The Jaguares forwards have been capably led by hooker Agustin Creevy this season. 3. What's not to love about the rise of the Jaguares? www. Any team with that many W's in the margin of the form book is clearly humming. The Jaguares have finally adjusted to Super Rugby, with the Chiefs, Blues, Brumbies and Rebels counted among the recent victims. Have to go back to April 8 for their most recent loss, a 40-14 clobbering by the Crusaders. Next in line are the Sharks, and they must be nervous about what sort of punishment could be dished up in Buenos Aires. Then the Jags play the Stormers in the Argentinian capital, followed by away games against the Sharks and Bulls. History beckons for a team that hasn't made the playoffs since joining the competition in 2016. Point 4. Ready to farewell the South African teams. Recent chatter, whether it be unhinged or otherwise, suggests the South African teams will uncouple from Super Rugby caboose to join the Northern Hemisphere competitions. After this weekend we will get a brief insight into how the Sanzar format rolls without them. because while the Kiwis and Aussies are slogging it out in the first weekend of June, the Springboks will be in action against Wales in Robert F. Kennedy Stadium, Washington, D.C. For the record, the big derby match in the Republic this weekend is between the Stormers and Lions in Cape Town. Enjoy. Point 5 rubbed up about Chiefs loose head prop Karl Tuinukuof. Clearly the All Blacks selectors are. Tuinukuof has replaced the injured Tim Perry in the national squad to play France. For the record, the Chiefs man, prior to this weekend, has made 10 appearances, 4 in a starter's jersey. Stuff.